One.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. What was that from?
Die Hard.
Yeah. That's right. Welcome to TigerBelly.
$50 to you, sir.
Yes.
$50 to you, sir. Welcome to TigerBelly. I'm Bobby. We've got George Kimmy.
George Kimmy.
George
Kimmel.
Kimmy.
We got Gilbert Galendez. And we have Khalyla.
I love that.
And
Galendez.
I remember Khalyla's birthday is November 1st.
Mm.
So everyone send in some gifts. She'll be 36. She looks great.
I could be 36.
No. She's 23,
She
guys.
looks
She's 23
36.
years old.
I asked him when my birthday. You must
Yeah.
have just asked my sister
No, I didn't.
or Jessica.
What if he
No.
just knew? What if he just
You know what's so
knew?
funny? It's so funny that she says this because I knew that this was going to happen and I shouldn't have done this. But she asked me what her birthday was, and I pretended that I didn't know.
Oh God, it's because you don't
Yeah,
know.
I do. Is it not November 1st?
Yeah, because you just found out
I didn't
either
look at-
Jess or
no,
my
I
sister,
didn't.
who was just
No.
who are both here.
Why would your best friend and your sister tell me that?
Because why wouldn't
And then
they?
I
They're
forgot
trying to
about it.
protect
I was like,
you.
I'm gonna lie. I forgot about it, and then
surprise.
a couple days later, I was like, oh my god, you probably thought that I was being serious.
Because you were serious, and it
I was
happens
not being
every
serious.
year.
That's
Every day he's like
ridiculous.
November 17th, November 8th, November 4th. It just keeps going down each
When did I
year. You're
lose
getting
my-
closer
when
each
did-
year.
okay, so that's an event in your life that you feel you hold dear to your heart, right?
My birthday,
What was the year? What was the date that the Down syndrome guy that molested me when I was a kid?
November 1st.
No, November 19th, and you should know that.
Well, I remember your birthday. I know
Yeah,
both
but that's
your
not what I don't
parents'
care about.
names.
I don't care about
That's
that.
important to him.
What I care about
Okay, I'll
is
remember
when
that for the
Down
rest of my
syndrome
life.
Fine, November
For the
19th.
rest of my life,
And November 19th, everybody, I want you to send me a card.
Oh God, what kind of cards are we gonna
Just
get?
draw. How about this for November 19th? This is a new holiday for me. November 19th, you send in a card and you draw a photo of a guy with Down syndrome molesting a little Asian kid.
Okay.
Because I feel it's very important to me. Okay, so we'll all do that. Happy birthday, baby, November 1st. I'll never memorize your guys' birthday.
I know
Okay.
Georgie's.
I don't give a fuck.
Yours is in August,
Mhm.
and then Georgie's is October 25th.
Oh.
So
'Cause
I was in
remember my friends' birthdays.
Portland over the weekend, and what a weekend!
Good
What
weekend.
a weekend! Well, no, it's good and bad. There were some great things that happened. A Vietnamese person, a man, hipster, gave me a present, and he gave me one of Dat Fan's DVDs.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And I'm not going to open it. I'm going to keep it forever. And that's probably one of the best gifts I've ever gotten from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, that's right there, respect 101.
he has DVDs.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're amazing. In fact, there's a quote in the box that says, no, it says, along the lines of Richard Pryor, Sunset Strip. I swear to God. And I couldn't agree with him more.
Along the lines of Richard Pryor.
Yeah. It was called the DVD Club, did that quote, which is a respected. I mean, you talk about Rotten Tomatoes?
At DVD.
DVD Club, man.
That's number one.
That's
reviewer.
number one,
Yeah.
man. So that happened, and then also on top of it, some TigerBelly fans. We had dinner with a TigerBelly fan who
A
was
couple.
I saw
Couple.
the picture. Yeah.
what's
Yeah,
the
he
Asian?
had just flown from Osaka, and his flight was delayed. And his final flight from San Francisco to
Japan.
Portland.
Oh.
He had just come from Osaka, and he had written me and saying, "Oh shit, like we're gonna be late, for the first show." But they made it right on time, and we took them to dinner, and they were a really nice couple.
Yeah, what's the guy? Do you remember the names?
I know his girlfriend is Win, and his name is Tori.
Tori and Win.
Mm-hmm.
Tori win.
Thanks for coming out. They were a nice little couple. And also, I met those were those big brown types. Brown.
Samoans.
Yes.
Big brown types.
Yeah. I had a Samoan opener in Portland. His name was
Oh.
Adam. And I've never really been in a room with a Samoan before. Just like, and there's just a lot to look at.
What, in
The
terms
little
of-
brown titties that they have, the guys. You know what I mean? He had like little brown Samoan titties, and
He was awesome though.
he's amazing.
Very
Very funny
funny,
guy,
yeah.
but a big guy.
Mm.
I don't know if you know this is you want to hear a fun fact?
Fun fact.
When a Samoan drowns in the ocean, they call it an island.
Oh,
It's a little fun fact for you guys.
You can live there. You can live
Yeah.
there.
You
I
can
like
live
that
there.
one. That's good.
Like if Adam passed out and died in the ocean, there'd be little communities on his back,
Palm trees.
living palm trees. Yeah. But he also did this for me. He said, first of all, also he went to eat with us every night, and obviously I'm the headliner, I have to pay for it. But there's a little bit of a thing where you go, do I have enough money? Just a little bit, like how much is this gonna cost me?
You still think of
He's
like
not the biggest guy that
I
ever
know, but there's still a little
existed.
bit like, how much is it gonna?
Like,
He was
what
just
is he
a-
order?
Yeah,
What did
Is
he
this
order?
gonna cost me $1,000?
He ordered oyster shots.
Yeah, but
And a
50
small-
oyster shots.
yeah, about 80 oyster shots.
80 oyster
Yeah.
shots.
You wiped out a clan of oysters. A whole family.
whole family's
yeah,
dead.
yeah. So that's the one thing. So whenever you're eating with a Samoan,
Just no.
don't say you're gonna pay for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just we're gonna split this.
Yeah.
You know.
But pay your portion, sir.
Yeah, pay your portion, sir. Yeah, but I paid for 3 nights. I had to sell my car. I really did.
Prius.
But he did something for me. He said, "Hey, have you seen these YouTube cartoons?" And there's 2 of them. One of them is called Salad Fingers.
I know that one.
You know that one?
That one's
Pretty.
Hey guys,
Yeah. And yeah, and I'm gonna just say this:
Spoons.
that ruined me.
very creative. The scariest shit I've ever seen.
Creepy as
In
fuck.
fact, let's say suppose you created it,
Mhm.
and let's say I go to your house,
Mhm.
right, and we're gonna go to dinner,
Mhm.
right? But you go, come on inside and check out this new cartoon.
Yeah.
This is how that's gonna go. So show me the cartoon.
Hey, Bobby, check out this new cartoon I made called Salad Fingers.
Okay,
Here,
I
play.
watched it.
Rust salad.
Yeah. Don't do that again.
Okay.
It's so scary.
Bobby, what do you think?
Really good, man. That's creative. And
Cool,
hey,
cool.
listen, I want to skip out on dinner.
Are you sure you want
Yeah, no.
It's on me. It's on me
no,
this
my
time.
my uncle Dong Hyung is here from Pusong. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, and so I'm just gonna take off, but really good, and I would never call you again. That's how scary
It's
that
pretty
is.
creepy.
There's just something wrong with whoever fucking
But
made
it's
that.
addicting. The
I saw
sound
all
of
of
it
it.
I
is
watched all of it though.
it's
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of there's something therapeutic about the sound of the way he talks in his rusty spoons. The one that I find to be creepier is "Don't hug me,
I'm scared.
I
I'm
don't know
scared."
that one.
Oh my
that
god.
to
Worse
me
than
is
Salad
more like
Fingers?
panic-inducing because, like that one episode about time. Like there's
Basically,
actually
what?
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just to tell people what it is. I think there's 6 of them, and it's a kid show. It's like a 3-minute kid show, but there's a song, right? And it starts off like a regular kid show where there's a topic, like in Sesame Street, they say, we're going to talk about numbers
Mm.
or whatever.
Like
right?
French
How to read
friendship.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of them's on time. One of them has to do with creativity. Another one has to do with food, like being healthy. And the first couple of them is much like a kids show, but then there's a switch in it, and there's a darkness to it that's really scary. But then the third and fourth one they just start off kind of weird. You know what I mean? But whoever did this thing is a genius, I believe, because I've been looking at watch it for yourself, but
They've been around for a long time.
a long time, yeah. And I just enjoy stuff like that. So thank you, my Samoan friend Adam, for turning me onto that stuff. But there was some darkness at the club too, and rarely do I perform and I'm caught off guard. Rarely does where I'm speechless almost, and I don't know what to do.
By a heckler.
By a heckler. So first show, Saturday night, it's going pretty good, and all of a sudden I feel a presence on stage. And I look over, and there's a white woman on stage, and she hands me a phone. Okay? So she goes, someone's calling you. That's what she says. Number one, I think she works for the club.
Yeah.
And number two, Khalyla didn't come with me. She was going to come later. She was in Portland with me. She was going to come later, right? So the first thought is, oh my God, Khalyla,
Oh,
because I didn't know she had already been at the club, but I was on stage when she arrived.
Yeah.
So my first thought is, what the fuck? Something happened at the hotel, So I pick it up and go, hello, and it doesn't work, the phone. And then I look down on it, and it's not even a phone that anyone would use. It's like an 80s gigantic phone that the rich people would have in their car.
It's like a Zach from Saved by the Bell.
Big
phone.
ones.
A huge
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
which makes me feel even more retarded.
Because you
like,
picked it up.
'cause I picked it up and I tried to use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which makes me feel.
Yeah.
And then she says, "No, it's the '80s. They're calling to get your act back. Their act back.
Yeah.
Like my act was
Yeah.
from the '80s or something." Which
It makes no sense in the.
I mean, but being sensitive,
Mm.
I'm thinking this is Portland. Ron Funches is from here. You know, maybe this is like so. Maybe I'm like the Mort Saul of, you know what I mean, Portland. So I go, what? She goes, no, I mean, isn't it funny? That's what she said.
God. Jesus.
So I give her the phone back and I go, leave. And then I didn't, and the room was sold out. I couldn't continue.
You couldn't continue because you were frightened that something had happened. You already had it in your head that something had happened to me or your parents.
Yeah.
So you were in shock. That's why you didn't have a good retort.
Regardless of what it was, I didn't have one. So then what I did was, and this used to I used to use this years back, and sometimes it works. And sometimes you say, "I'm going to start over." So I bring Sandy back on stage,
Like
right?
as a bit.
Right,
Yeah.
and then Sandy brings me back up again, and I just started from my act from the beginning.
It works, right?
No, it didn't work this time
No.
because the other thing was so awkward and weird that they were all frightened almost. Like, this is weird.
Oh shit.
So that didn't work, and then the worst thing was I go, that fat bitch.
I would have laughed at that.
No,
And
because
then
she was really fat.
and the crowd turned
They
on him.
turned on me.
How are they turned on? She just,
They-
she fucking interrupted your set,
They
their show.
But it could have been a
turned on
bomb.
me. Right? So they were like, oh no. And I go, you fucking betrayers. I screamed at them.
Which then usually makes them laugh.
Didn't laugh.
What the fuck is this crowd?
Right. So now I'm in a situation where I'm in like orange. What in the country when it's like terrorist level? What's
red alert or
Orange is pretty high up.
yeah, orange.
Yeah.
I'm in orange alert. Okay. So then I go, I'm just gonna get naked. That's like
So
my
early?
yeah,
So
that's yeah.
5 minutes?
That's my go-to. Every time.
so early.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna get naked. Like remember that movie Red Dawn? Like if Russia attacked or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I was captured. That's what I would do. Just get completely naked.
It's a coping mechanism.
It's a coping mechanism, it's a defense mechanism, and also they maybe like it. So they won't kill me, and they'll just leave me use me as a court gesture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my
Jester.
if there's jester,
Jester.
right?
Yeah.
That's my go-to. I want to be the court jester.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then it was weird. It got a laugh at the end. I got backstage, and then I was in a red zone, and I feel so bad. But when I'm in a red zone, I just start fucking mouthing off. Were you there?
I was already there.
Yeah, and then I get the manager,
Mm.
and then I say all kinds of stuff like, I'm never going to play her again. I'm going to call Mark the owner. I mean, all kinds of stuff, which to them is the worst thing that anyone can say. They just start panicking, which I'm not going to do any of that really in real life. But
Do you think, Ben, that there should always be someone on guard watching the show who takes care of a heckler who walks up on stage? Because to me, as
Security?
a performer, yeah, just and not even security, but you know, someone who can, you know, delegate a room a little bit better. You know, when you see a woman walk on stage with a contraption, that to me is that I would be on the
Dangerous,
defense, you
yeah.
know, too. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here, bitch! Like I don't know you. You're in my space, you know.
also I know certain performers.
But she was crying outside.
Yeah, and then
Wait, what?
Yeah.
she
Get the
cried.
So she's
fuck outta
crying
here.
outside, saying, "He called me fat."
Oh my god.
I know, right?
You gotta be kidding me right now.
No, I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
So not only that, she fucks up my show, right?
Blames it on you.
She blames it on me,
Yeah.
and then she's accusing me of calling her fat, which I did,
Yeah.
and I apologize.
Yeah, but she
You know,
got
I'm
up. and-
sorry for calling you fat, but let me tell you something. If you didn't come up on stage, I wouldn't even know who you were, and I would never called you fat.
You know, good lesson learned for her though. You can't heckle like that on a show. This isn't an interactive experience,
It's
bitch.
not only that, and this stand-up is the only live entertainment like show, right, where they just stuff like that happens and no one gives a shit. Like if that happened, if you're watching Wicked on Broadway, the Green Witch is on stage singing her little tune, I don't know what it is. I
No
don't know.
one mourns the
Yeah,
wicked.
that right.
I know.
Of
And then
course
some
you know
Of
it.
course I
fat
know.
redheaded chick from Portland walks up with a fucking phone. What do you think that would happen? What
She
would
would get
happen?
tackled and dragged by.
Yes, and that's what I
Security.
wanted, but that didn't happen.
Clubs don't do that.
They don't do that. In fact, they don't. No one gets in trouble. She didn't get in trouble. Like if somebody walked out on Wicked and Broadway,
Oh,
they would get arrested.
probably at cops, honestly.
Oh,
yeah.
honestly, right?
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. That's also too far. I'm fine. Okay, but my concern is this: is that always yell because someone like Brian Regan, who is probably one of the best comics in the country, and I know the guy, he doesn't like dealing with audience in that way. He does his act. If people yell it out, he doesn't, especially in the early days, never really acknowledged it. He just kept going.
Mm.
And that's what it's supposed to be. Because of all these B rooms. See, what happened in the 90s was comedy it was a boom in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. You could turn on the TV. Well, first of all, in the 80s, it became such a thing that every town had 5 or 6 comedy clubs. You could make millions of dollars.
Damn.
But what that did was it made, your next door neighbor want to do it. So then you had a bunch of people that shouldn't be doing it in the fucking first place, doing it. And then all of a sudden, in the 90s, it died. But because you had such bad comics doing it, the audiences, right, they didn't know how to behave. So when a B room is really awful for...
What's a B room? Explain to everyone what a B room is.
B rooms aren't bad. I've done them before. I used to do them all the time. But basically, they're clubs that have more road comics. So a road comic is somebody that really has never been on TV. They just kind of do the road from gig to gig. And their jokes are generally about airplanes, driving, things that are like more observational. Meat and potatoes, observational. But a lot of them also are very dirty, and they also like riffing with the crowd. They go in and, it's combative sometimes. Some of them have catchphrases like Shucky Ducky. You know who that is?
What's that?
There was a comic named Shucky Ducky, road comic, and he would tell a joke, and in between the jokes, he would go, Shucky Ducky, quack, quack, right? But the crowd would go Shucky Ducky, quack, quack with him, right? And he would sell out because it was a bunch of, it's African Americans loved him.
Interactive, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's Shucky Ducky, quack, quack.
Shucky
So they go,
quack, quack.
baby, Shucky Duck, Shucky Ducky's coming. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, is that a bad accent? But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
There's another one named Hamburger.
What does he do?
He goes, hamburger. And the whole audience goes, hamburger. And they giggle.
People like this?
Yeah, they love it. They said they sell out. But because of that, you know what I mean? You go on stage and they go, gook time, say it. And gook time's not my catchphrase.
Wrong comedian.
But do it. No.
That's not mine.
And then halfway during your show, you find yourself going, gook time. You know what I mean? Yeah, and everyone's like, gook time, right? And because audiences are conditioned to do that. But like an A room has guys like Kevin Nealon, guys that have been on television, Tonight Show, have reps. They have, it's an A-list A room. I mean, is that sad to say?
No, because
No.
that's a real thing. B rooms exist. They're
yeah.
called B rooms.
Yeah, they're called it. It's
in
not
the
like
in the comedy community. That's what they're called.
So it's not the actual room, it's more the people on the lineup.
but the
makes it-
problem with
and they don't pay their performers a lot of money. A lot of times
they pay them $100 a show.
They treat them
Headliner.
like shit, and the performers have to pay for their own food. They're not taken care of, really.
Oh, that really.
They're not
Yeah.
put up, right?
Yeah.
You find your way here. You know what I mean? So you get in a car.
A
and you go-
rooms are different. We'll pick you up from the airport. We'll pay you this amount.
Flight, hotel.
Everything. It's like
You
it's
do
the whole
press.
package. They treat their performers.
You get
well.
a percentage of the door. It's just the way it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the hardest thing one can do. And if you can do it, I'm not saying that I'm talented. I'm just saying that I've been doing it for 20 years. And it's like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to make money. I want to make money. And Harvey's was a club in Portland for 30 years. It was a B room. Helium wasn't there, the place I played. And what happens is if you only have one comedy club in a city and it's a B room, that's what they're used to.
So the people are the audience is conditioned to be
Like the
rowdy
like the heckling and all that.
heckle
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
and to treat the performers the way the club treats them, which is like shit.
Like shit.
Oh.
Okay. So 5 years ago, Helium opens, which is an A room, but it was so difficult to play. I was there the first 6 months it opened, and I remember on stage every time going, "Oh, I'm never playing here again. This is terrible." But then this next time I came, I gave it another shot. It was better. And then over the years, you see, and now it's a legitimate, amazing room.
It's a great club.
But first of all, the Portland. I mean, it's one of those cities where you want to move there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are people that look like you, not in terms of Asians, but in terms of like hipstery, like, you know, they can
They
teach
wear
you
raw
things about.
denim.
Yeah, they can teach you about music, and raw denim,
Bicycles.
and bicycles.
Is it very much like Silver Lake?
Yeah, they have great donuts, like hipstery donuts, where they put like pork bits in
Basil.
And
Ooh,
basil.
and a donut.
it. Right.
Shit.
Yeah. Blueberry basil from Blue Star.
Yeah, so it's a city that should have many A rooms. Ron Funches is from there.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that lightly. Ron Funches is a black dude who's the future,
He's funny.
very funny.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but, you know, that happened Saturday. So, you know, it happens every once in a while, but it was just really weird, you know. But the food was amazing. The donuts.
Our flight there was very interesting.
In what
Why?
way?
So we weren't sat together on the airplane,
This is fucking going to drive me crazy right here.
What happened?
and I sat maybe I sat maybe 5 seats behind him, and it just so happens that the guy next to me was an attractive, like bearded writer from Vice.
course.
Like he wrote for Vice because I like peeked over at what he was working on, and he wrote, you know, he was an attractive dude, tall, bearded, and the whole flight over, Bobby kept looking backwards at me, and he kept doing this. He's like, "Bitch, I see you flirting."
Yeah. I yelled it. I don't.
you
I
yell
don't.
it?
Yeah, I don't.
And he looks back and goes, "You're cheating on me!" And like, he can hear him.
I had to let him know
Did everyone
Yeah.
laugh?
that she's taken,
Yeah,
that she's mine,
yeah. It was
and you
so
have to
awkward.
throw it out.
On the plane, when we all like deplaned, the guy was right next to me, and Bobby obviously like met us up at the front of the plane, and he was just going off. He's like, you fucking cheating on me,
Yeah,
bitch?
yeah,
With
yeah,
that
yeah,
guy?
yeah,
With
yeah,
that guy?
yeah,
I
with
was
that
like, oh
guy,
my
yeah.
god, let's just go,
Because
please.
if you don't do that, and I turned around, I just kind of stuck to my guns. He might have slid a number.
Mm.
He might have done a number of things. So guys, if you're listening, you know, obviously, I'm your life coach, and everything that I say, you know, I'm right. Everyone listening right now, you know I'm right. You have to claim your shit.
Mm.
I'll give you an example. If my iPad, right, was like 5 seats back, just laying on an empty seat, I'm gonna go, "That's my iPad. Let you know. I know it's there."
Did Bobby Lee just buy a seat for his iPad? He's
Which I
rich.
Oh my God.
You just
If I was rich, I would do stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
If I was rich, I would buy like 2 coach seats, would put a real doll in one, and like a little teddy bear in another one, and I'd buckle them in.
And then someone goes, "Can this old lady sit right here, sir?"
Nope,
Oh,
because you're 75 and you should have made money in your lifetime.
Oh my goodness. And he's ageist.
oh my!
Okay, no, it's truthfulness.
Tell him what you did to my nurse this morning.
Oh, here's another one.
Why nurse though?
Why bring it up? But now I'm gonna put him on the fucking
I
spot.
was in the hospital for an episode this morning. No big deal. Big
Yeah.
deal, but no big deal. We've talked about it before. It
Look,
happens.
I'm gonna okay, just to let you know. In the last 3 years, Khalyla, she has a heart condition,
Mhm.
and sometimes we have ambulance at my house. We go to the hospital a lot, the emergency room. Okay. Also, my dad being sick, I've been to the hospital there. I've been into more hospitals in the last 3 years than I've ever had in my whole lifetime.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Okay. It's called life. Okay, people listening to me right now, write everything down that I'm saying, because you know I'm true. I'm your fucking life coach. And so I know how nurses behave. This motherfucker, every 2 minutes, "You okay? Right?" Touching her. "Oh, I think this monitor's broken."
This is the guy from the plane.
Yeah, it's the guy from the
The
plane.
beard
Yeah. I'm sitting right there looking at him doing it.
He was cute too.
He was cute, yeah.
What race?
He's like half white, half Mexican, I think.
Hmm.
No. He was some
He has
sort
like
of
beard.
like.
He was a cute guy.
Samoan.
Yeah, all right. Well, go fuck him then.
For
You start-
starters,
wait, no,
let
no,
me
no.
paint you a picture of exactly what I look like this morning.
Okay.
This is another argument that we're gonna have right now. Okay, I mean,
I woke up mid sleep because I couldn't
It
breathe.
doesn't-
So already I'm looking crusty as fuck.
Ooh.
No.
The blood is drained from my face. My lips are chapped.
Pale.
I'm pale. I'm just looking
oh,
disheveled.
God, you're so stupid sometimes.
I was not. I'm telling you right now, like you would have been like
Yeah.
Ate, like put some fucking
Maybe.
chapstick or
Yeah.
something on. That's
Yeah.
what you would have said.
All right, I want
I
to say
wasn't
this.
looking very great.
Are you done, baby?
I'm done.
Okay, good. May I say this? Because we had this argument in the car driving back. Okay, is if Anne Hathaway, who has a very pretty face, especially in her prime, Anne Hathaway,
Yeah.
if she wasn't wearing makeup, right, and she had just woken up, and I saw her in a hotel room getting coffee, in my head, and I didn't know who she was. In my head, I wouldn't be like, look at this ugly bitch right here.
Mhm.
No, as guys, we can tell when a woman is just genetically pretty, even without the, the lights and the whistles. you know?
Okay, I get that. And I do believe there are a lot of women who look very pretty. And I don't find myself to be particularly ugly. I think, okay, yeah,
You're
like
very
I'm cute
pretty,
sometimes.
fuckface.
I know. and thank you. And thank you. But in this particular moment, I just wasn't. I was looking
Yes,
like
she
a
was.
very pale Stanley Tucci.
And-
And you say it yourself. I
Stanley
look like
Tucci.
Stanley Tucci
You said
without
No,
makeup.
she only looks like Stanley Tucci when she's sleeping and she has her head back, and she looks like Stanley Tucci from the core
From the co-
or something. But
No, can it be from the terminal? Wasn't
from the
he in
terminal,
the
yeah, he
terminal?
was in the
Yeah.
terminal. He's been in a lot of things, and he's a very talented actor.
So young Stanley Tucci.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
a young Stanley Tucci. But anyway,
So this guy.
I just want to let you know, Khalyla, I'm watching.
He was like, I'm going to confront him. I'm going to confront him right now.
Yeah.
And my heart was already not feeling good. I was like, fuck.
Again, you have to throw it out there.
claim it. Claim your shit.
You don't go inside your heart and go, you know what, I'm gonna let this slide. No. So I eyed him. He'd say hi to me every once in a while. I wouldn't even look up from I was playing video games. I was just kind of doing this, you know what I mean, as if I was above it.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you're up to, friend, right? And this is what I'm doing. Okay, because that shit is stamped. It's
Because
mine.
he has to put leads all over my body for the heart monitor. So he
Yeah.
has to touch part of my titty.
No,
and
he
stuff
puts
like
it
that.
on the fucking nipple. I'm sure it doesn't supposed to go there.
He puts wait. He cut. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, right on the
He
nipple.
put the lead on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
nipple.
It's not supposed to go there. And then he caresses it with extra like sticky ointment.
Okay, he's trying to make moves.
He's making moves.
What the
dude.
fuck?
Yeah, and I don't know what your name is, friend, but
What
I'm on
hospital
to
is
you.
this?
Oh, it's Kaiser.
Well, there you go, Kaiser.
He
Check,
was-
check your
Los Feliz.
employees.
He was
Check your
more
employees.
than professional. Bobby creates things in his
No,
mind.
you aren't. You should go back to school and figure out, you know what I mean, all that stuff.
He's
So-
threatening to fucking follow Saul again on Instagram.
Yeah.
Saul is like my ex-boyfriend who was.
Can I ask you this, guys? May I ask a question?
Yes.
So, if she has an ex-boyfriend or somebody she used to see, am I not allowed to follow them on Instagram?
No, absolutely
Why
not.
though? Look at me, Gilbert. Why?
I would say it's okay to follow if he's not bothered by it. I mean,
It's
you're
just
not like
creepy.
you're
No,
not
because
freaking out
I'll
about
tell
it,
you
are
why him. Because he made fun of you for dating me in the beginning.
In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then there's beef there.
Yeah.
You're allowed
So
to
I
follow
think
him.
I'm allowed to follow him.
But why would you follow
Because
him?
he's
Like,
like,
what would
is
you
that
get
the
from
guy?
that?
Is that the guy from? Is that the guy from? I don't fucking that mongoloid. Is that the guy from Angobo? And then him and his dumb,
Oh man.
Spanish friend.
Hola, hola.
And then when he got hurt and he had to retire from soccer, I laughed for 2 fucking straight days, Saul,
Good. He made fun of you.
because you made fun of me. All right.
What's he doing now?
Oh, I don't know.
Coaching.
No, he threads. You know what I mean? The soccer balls. He's soccer ball thredder.
Oh,
when he
he's
makes
a
the
soccer-
handmade,
oh.
he makes handmade soccer balls.
He's
he
a
threads
soccer
it.
ball
Yeah,
manufacturer.
Yeah, he manufacturer.
Yeah, he's artisanal.
What is he gonna do?
Not play soccer,
Yeah.
obviously.
But you can't follow him. I don't think that's just socially the right move.
Do you follow any of my exes?
Of course not.
Sarah Hyland.
Have you
Of
Googled?
course
Have
not.
you Googled them ever?
If I met her and I think she seems like a nice girl and we were friends, yes, that would I would follow her then.
Christine.
Of course
Okay.
not. Now, if I met her and we became friends, then yes.
Yeah, yeah,
But for no fucking reason out of nowhere, that's just fucking weird.
yeah.
Okay, so don't do it.
You don't do it. You don't do what you're doing.
He threads soccer balls. Are you
None of
serious?
that. You don't do what you're doing as of late. Thank you.
What as of late? What am I?
Okay.
What am I doing?
You're getting fucking sex eyes to everybody. You don't do what you're doing. I won't do what I'm doing. Okay? Another thing
Okay.
I'd like to talk about is we've been watching OJ Made in America.
30 for 30.
It's a 30 for 30,
Documentary.
5-episode documentary.
6, I think.
No, it's the sixth one is like a extra
Oh, okay.
special
so it's
features
5.
or something. And it's riveting. And number one, and I'm going to say something, and I've said this before, I didn't know who he really was. I thought he was a nutritionist.
No, you know he played football for the
No, I
49ers.
knew that he won a
You thought he
Heisman
was like a
Trophy, but I
Jack-
thought that was like, I didn't think it was football. I thought Heisman Trophy was like,
a nutritional award.
no. What's that guy that won the high? Not the award that scholars get and like.
Oh, Nobel Peace
Nobel
Prize?
Peace
Oh, you
Prize.
thought a Heisman was a Nobel.
I thought
Peace
Heisman
Prize.
was like for like nutritionists.
That's awesome though.
Like I didn't know who he was, right? So you watch it and you go, oh, this motherfucker right here was a star,
Legit.
like a legitimate sports star.
It's true because when I watched it, I was still living in the Philippines. I must have been only like 10 years old, 1994. So yeah, so 10 years old, and it was such a huge deal that it did make it all the way to the Philippines. But I couldn't grasp the enormity of who OJ was until I watched a
I'm
documentary.
kidding. I knew he was a football player. I was
No,
just
because
making a
all
joke,
I
by the
really had
way.
seen him
Okay,
in
I don't
was-
want you to think I'm retarded. Okay, I'm a part of society.
But
So
for
go ahead.
someone living in the Philippines, all we really saw of him was Naked Gun.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought that he was the actor in Naked Gun and that he played football once upon a time. But this documentary shows just how much America loved him, and especially white America.
And what the documentary does geniusly, is that a word geniusly?
I'll yeah, no.
I'm just gonna make it up then.
Genius.
Is that they these episodes are so long, and the reason why they're long is they also explain what is exactly going on in the country
At that time.
at the time, right? So it starts off in the 60s, and then you had the civil rights movement happening, and then you see OJ, and he's just basically a white dude.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to get involved in the civil rights. He says, I'm not black or white, I'm OJ.
Yeah, he wanted
Oh.
to transcend race, right?
Right.
So he wasn't an iconic. Well, during the Watts riots, during the Olympic protests, when those guys did this, you know, he wasn't an iconic black figure in the way Muhammad Ali was.
They asked him too.
They asked him to be that spokesperson for like basic for you know, black activism, and he was like, no, I'm OJ first, and he wants to transcend race, and I never want to have people look at me and see a black man. So he basically was the most Uncle Tom of all Uncle Toms. He was protected by this bubble of white people who lived in LA, who revered him so much, who put him in movies, who he was.
There's this one shot, I don't know what episode it is, but he's dancing. He's in a tuxedo.
Oh yeah.
And he's synchronized dancing with the white girl who's wearing like this blue dress. And they're just kind of dancing, and also the footage is really glossy, you know, and he just looks like a complete and utter sellout.
Sellout. And the craziest part about all of this is that he wanted to transcend race, right? He didn't want to be part of the black community. Yet, when the trial started, he fucking pulled the race card like no one's business.
I'm
All of
black,
a
yeah.
sudden, it was like the LAPD is against a black man. And they painted that picture because at that same time, the Rodney King riots had just happened. So, like, there was a lot of you know, there's a lot of tension between cops and the black community at that time. So when those 4 cops got acquitted for beating Rodney King, all black people wanted to see was, we want one of our brothers out too, you know, acquitted.
No, they
even
wanted
if
the
he did-
system. They wanted to go, oh, let's see, you know, if the system backs up this guy.
Yeah,
He's black.
and that's what Johnny Cochran did. And he was like, it's crazy because he was a black activist lawyer. And I mean, they had to have known OJ killed Nicole.
But it's, he meets
It's
Nicole
riveting.
at 18.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She was 18.
She was a waitress, you know, and he literally beats the shit out of her
regularly.
for 12 years
Yeah.
on the regular, like to a point where there's cops going to their house constantly
But protecting him.
and protecting him because he's OJ.
Yeah.
And there's photos of her, like her eyeball is out of her face, and you know what I mean, and they're giving him a warning or whatever, right?
Jesus.
But he's not the worst person in the documentary.
Oh,
Who
that's
is?
right.
I'm gonna tell you who the worst person in the documentary
Oh
is.
God, that bitch.
Oh, it's a girl.
Yeah, it is a girl. So you know Rodney King, what happened? The 4 cops beat the shit out of him. They went to trial, whatever, right? But it was an accumulation of events that made the riots happen. But the second thing that had happened was a teenage African American girl walks into a liquor store.
Like 16, I think.
16. She gets in an argument with a Korean woman, store owner. So the black girl turns around to leave, and the Korean lady shoots her in the back of her head with a gun, kills her.
Kills her. And then the lady gets acquitted.
She gets acquitted.
And she does that whole, what does she do, babe?
Koreans do this thing when, she's in court, they show it. I don't know what's going on. Oh,
They're fainting.
I'm about to faint.
Oh, the old Asian faint.
No. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, you got 무슨 짓이야, 이거,
So
like
speaking Korean.
in Korean, like as
Yeah.
and then white people, they just go, oh,
She's old.
right, she's an
Doesn't
old
speak
Korean,
English.
yeah, she's vulnerable, and it is a black girl, so they acquit her,
Awful.
and it just it just brought back my aunts and my resentments toward Koreans. I have deep resentments
With the racism?
with the racism. Yeah, I as a comic, I say things. I say jungle Asians a lot. I make fun of different races and stuff, but at the end of the day, we're all equal. For sure.
Heartbreaking, too, when you saw that she got acquitted, or even when those 4 guys got acquitted for beating Rodney King.
Oh
Just
my
like
God.
people crying
There's a
outside.
scene. Okay, so they get acquitted. These 4 cops. They show this black man, older black man, and he's watching the results on the television, and he's crying. As soon as you see that, I literally just started crying. It's heart fucking breaking.
It was as if society had just turned their backs
on
on all black people.
all black
It
people.
was, and this is how fucking big of an asshole OJ is. Remember when he was he was trying to evade police, and he was in his white Bronco, and he was trying to like kill himself. Black people rallied around him. They were on the streets, and they were like,
White
"Free
people too.
OJ!"
White people.
Yeah.
Some kids. White
No,
kids.
but this is how shitty he was to the black community before he pulled the race card. They all went to Brentwood, to the area where he lived, which is a very affluent area, very rich, and they were like, "Free OJ!" They were rallying against him, and finally the police got him in custody. And as they were driving out, all these black people were saying, "Free OJ, free OJ." He told the cop, he's like, "What are all these niggers doing in Brentwood?" That's how fucking white and Uncle Tom OJ was. He had no love for his community. Yet when the trial started, all of a sudden he was this, "I'm a black man just being hated on by the cops." He is so hateable to me. I think that's why I had an episode, because this morning is because I watched the 4th episode of the documentary before I went
Oh, it
to
was
bed.
the same time when all your heart stuff happened?
No, I just watched the 4th episode last night, and I think I went to sleep angry or something.
Yeah.
And OJ's
what it was.
Yeah.
OJ's face was in my mind, and he was so smug in court when every time Johnny Cochran would speak and like cross-exam like any of like the witnesses and stuff, he just had this smile, and he would like look at the jurors and wink. It was just
Because the
worst.
jurors were 8 of them were African American women.
and one of the
which
jurors.
was insane
8 though. It's a
that
lot.
you would. It's too much.
That's a lot.
As a prosecutor, you're like, how are you gonna win?
It's 8 black women.
Also, you put in the context of the riots and all that other stuff
Yeah.
that happened, and the police, the trust between African Americans and the police. That all should be in play when you were choosing a juror.
Mhm.
But I want to say this though, any guy listening to me right now, if you're in a relationship, I urge you to watch this OJ trial documentary made in America with your girlfriend, because it kind of makes you look like a really good boyfriend. I mean, like, I'm watching it with Khalyla, right?
You're just like
And like,
flexing.
oh, OJ kicked the shit out of Nicole because she said hello to him. And then I looked at Khalyla and wanted to say, you say hello to me all the time and you get hugs. You know what I mean? Her hair was pulled out because she expressed her opinion. Me? Do a podcast with me, baby. And then she gets hugs too on top of it,
Oh man.
What kind of man? I'm fucking boyfriend of the fucking year.
Damn, that's a good one.
I mean,
Watch
next
this
to
with your
OJ,
girlfriend.
that's
Yeah,
not
exactly. What
saying
I'm saying
much.
though, look at
Watch
me right
it.
now, okay? It could be worse for you.
God damn it.
Do you want? You're alive.
God damn it.
Okay.
You're right. I'm alive.
You're
You've
al-
never beat me.
I've never beat you, and you're alive.
Yeah. You know
And also,
what?
I
Thank
give you
sweetie.
scallop dinners, all kinds of shit.
You had scallop dinners this weekend.
know.
I didn't have a single scallop.
Really quick, is this ESPN? Right?
ESPN.
Yeah.
It,
Oh,
You
yeah.
can also watch it on Hulu, I think now.
It really is well done, and they're an hour and a half a piece.
It's just a
and
good history lesson,
It really
if
is.
all else.
It is. I mean, there was a documentary about the Crips and Bloods that Stacey Peralta did that was really eye-opening too, in terms of like why the Bloods and Crips developed, and because there was all these factories that African Americans moved to South Central because there was all these car manufacturing factories, and then when that all closed down, they moved obviously like they did in Flint, in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have a city and a group of people relying on a certain job, and then when that thing goes away, it just destroys everything around it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just, you know, now we're getting into politics and about, you know, big corporations and about the bottom dollar, and it's really fucking capitalism is the worst.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
We were watching TV. We were watching CNN in our hotel room in Portland, and here comes like a newscaster, a handsome black man wearing a turtleneck that looks very, very, very good on him. And Bobby turns to me and he goes, maybe I should buy a few turtlenecks. In serious.
And then she okay, I'm just say this. I didn't think you would ever.
See, it's not that funny.
No.
Just imagine him in a fucking turtleneck.
No.
I
No, that's not the funny
laughed
part.
so hard I rolled off the bed.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I was cackling, like, I was like, all the image of him in a turtleneck to me is just the funniest thing ever. Like, that could keep me entertained for the next 80 years of my life. Like, if I'm having a bad day and I just picture him in a turtleneck.
Okay. You crossed the line. You just crossed the line. Let me say something right now, okay? That number one, you've never seen me in a turtleneck.
True.
Okay.
I want to see it.
I know, but you've never seen me in one, okay? So you're making assumptions. You're making there's an image in your mind. They may or may not be true.
May or
Okay.
may not be true.
And number two, it's not as if I was gonna go. I'm gonna go to the Gap and get a fucking turtle. I don't even know where to buy one.
Yeah, where do you get those?
This black guy just kind of look. When black people wear turtlenecks, they look like theatrical.
Like oh yeah, I know
Yeah,
what
they
you're
look
talking
like
about. I've seen
thespians,
those. Yeah,
like
thespians.
thespians,
Yeah,
right?
Thespians. Yeah.
So I go, that's a pretty good look right there. And I go, maybe I should wear it. And then as soon as I did that, she rolls off the bed and she does convulsions, and I mean, as if it was the funniest thing she had ever heard in her fucking life. I'm offended by it.
Bobby, I am pleading and begging.
All right, anyone
you to
listening,
please
I'm not gonna go
buy
buy
one.
one, so go send me a fucking turtleneck and
November
I'll wear it.
19th, send Bobby a turtleneck
November
day.
19th on Molestation Day, and also on Molestation Day, and also I will wear it for the podcast, just to prove
He looks
that
damn
I
good.
look damn fucking good.
Damn
in it,
fucking good.
Okay, but that's crazy that you wouldn't even say something like that, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What?
Huh.
Have you worn a turtleneck?
Yeah, of course I wear turtleneck. They look spectacular on me.
Wow, bold statement.
I'm just a really good boyfriend.
I
really am. I mean, just watch the OJ documentary, guys. I mean, this weekend I took her shopping. I bought her a nice jacket.
Ooh.
Right?
The winter coat, vintage one
Vintage
too.
one, yeah, vintage one. And I just give her good meals.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, man, do I get the same? I don't know.
The one time you just want to, think about a turtleneck.
Right. Because yesterday was our anniversary.
Official.
Official, Khalyla and I.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We spent it in the hospital.
And she said the most special, no, before that, she said the most selfish thing I've ever heard in my life.
Which
was?
I'm going to tell you what it was. So last night, I've been on the road. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this, but Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm not allowed to play Destiny.
Mm-hmm. It's the arrangement that was made.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Arrangement, yeah.
Because relationships are all about compromise.
Write that down.
Life coach Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
Or guys, listen. So last night, anniversary, and I go, I'm gonna go play, baby. I've been out on the road. I couldn't play this weekend. I was in Portland.
From Thursday to.
She goes, it's our anniversary.
First off, he didn't remember, of course.
Yeah. How selfish is that?
That what?
That she wanted me to cuddle and watch something with her when she knows that my destiny time has already been cut into
By Portland.
by Portland and also these 2 fucking hell days, Tuesdays and Thursdays,
Mhm.
you know? Because I'm a good person.
Yeah.
I mean, right? Back me up.
Yeah, let the man play.
No, yeah, look at her. Go look at
Ate, let the man play. Do you need to be cuddled, Ate?
I see where you're at, Gilbert.
I want to buy you food after this.
I'll remember.
I'm going to buy you so many cakes. She
Yeah.
loves cakes.
I'll
So,
remember
Auntie,
that.
Auntie, listen
Mhm.
to what your little nephew says.
Mhm.
Okay? But you know what, baby?
I found the text of you asking me to be your girlfriend.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Go
Read
ahead.
it.
No, keep talking because I still have to find
She
it.
has to find it.
Oh, well, that's happening. UFC Minute really quick. What are you guys' thoughts
People don't
on-
like listening to it.
Well, people have been
No,
clamoring
come
for it
on.
because of the big
Go
news.
ahead. Go ahead.
What do you guys think of Ronda Rousey coming back versus Amanda Nunes? She good matchup or not?
No,
Really?
I think it's going to be, if she can't beat Holly Holm, she can't beat Amanda Nunes.
But there's different style matchups
It's not different
are
style.
different,
No,
though.
but
Amanda goes
There-
forward.
no,
Ronda
Amanda-
loves that.
Amanda,
But Ronda, when has Ronda ever shot for a takedown?
True.
You know,
Never.
like-
Amanda Nunes,
Nunes.
okay, Nunes, whatever her name is, right, is, in terms of striking, the best striker in that division.
But was it against was it Kat Zingano who like took her down and she's
Choked her
Nunes?
out.
Yeah, Amanda Nunes is supposed to be a black belt,
But
right?
it's
In jiu-jitsu?
she's far better than she was then.
You're right. She has leaps and bounds.
Leaps
Leaps and bounds,
Yeah.
she's
Changed.
different,
She's changed.
and she is just the Tate fight.
That was impressive.
I mean, Misha Tate and Ronda's fought, right? Ronda's beat Misha
Twice.
right?
Yeah.
But not in that manner.
Yeah, I never really felt like Misha was ever
No,
top caliber though, like compared to, you know, like a Holly or even
Mhm.
like Nunes. You know, I always thought she was beatable.
Yeah.
you know,
Smart though,
Smart.
good fight IQ, just not naturally
When
with the
does
same.
Ronda hasn't
um,
been in the octagon since Holly. She's been shooting her movies. She's been doing a bunch of commercials, and I'm sure she feels pretty good about herself. Meanwhile, there are women in the like Johanna
Mm-hmm. Grinding still.
grinding,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're in the sport of MMA, especially when you're in the UFC, do that. Just do that. Now I get that Connor was in that game,
Call of Duty.
Call of
But he
Duty.
turned down a big movie offer.
Yeah.
Triple X to
Dude-
fight Nate Diaz.
Yeah,
Like what you said. Don't
Yeah,
do movies.
yeah. He will do it in his own time when he retires, and I believe that Connor will be good on film. He has a good face.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know, he's not
Yeah.
going to be in a romantic comedy. I mean, he'll be next to Sylvester Stallone blowing up a factory or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you know, he might have a film career.
Mhm.
But Ronda has been out of the game. I just don't see it happening. I think that Amanda is going to destroy her.
Chief Amanda.
Amanda's very good. I don't like her attitude. It's not like I like Amanda.
She's such a humble
No,
girl.
there's a couple of things she's done as a suspect.
Such
Like?
as.
She fought some girl. That one girl. No, fought a girl and she was beating her up. Magazaki. What's the ref?
Steve Yamagata.
Stopped it,
Yamamoto.
but she wouldn't stop.
Oh, she's. I
Steve
think Braz-
Mazzagatti.
Yeah, Steve Mazzagatti, yeah.
Right, and then she did it with Tate too. She was on top of her. She got tapped out, and she
Kept going.
held it for 2 more seconds. There's just something wrong about her.
Something about Brazilians that like to do that.
I think
in
it's
general.
easy to get caught up in that, you know, just in the intensity of it all. That's an easy mistake. I mean, look at a guy like Roy Nelson, who's like the nicest guy on earth, and when he knocked out, who did he just knock out?
Bigfoot.
When he knocked out
He stopped.
Bigfoot, you know, the ref, it was a late stoppage, but he probably threw in 3 extra shots, and after the fight, he was so upset that he threw in.
Kicked.
Yeah, he actually had to throw it because when you're in the middle of all that intensity, you're only thinking to finish. You're not thinking to, you know, you're trusting the ref to get in between you and that guy.
Yeah,
You're relying on the ref. That's the ref's job.
you're right. Okay,
Yeah.
she might not be a bad person.
But you said she's gonna win. She will win.
I want to read this text
Yeah.
now.
Really quick.
Okay,
do
yeah,
you want
read it.
Amanda or not? Or Rousey?
Hold on.
I-
I want to grab a
I want
candy.
Rousey to win.
Mm.
I do.
Do you think she does win?
I
Does she
think
win
that
though?
she already has done so much for for the sport. Dana White still considers her the biggest star that has ever come out of the UFC, and I want to see
Redemption.
her redeem herself and come back as a newly refined version of a champion.
Okay.
I like that storyline for myself, you know,
Yeah.
because I did get a little bit kind of turned off a little bit
Same
by
here.
her. But I think that she is such a talented girl, and I think she's a great face for women's sports. So yes, I do want her to.
Before you
succeed
read
again.
this, I have an announcement to make.
Yes.
I have a family member. I'm not gonna say who it is, and their boyfriend/girlfriend left. Go back.
Broke up with that person.
Yeah.
Oh, so he or she's going through a breakup.
This close, very close family member of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna name who it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was dating somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That somebody broke up with my family member person.
Oh, you're not making any sense. Your family member is going through a breakup.
No. Abandoned.
He's being abandoned.
Yes.
He or she's being abandoned.
He.
Okay, he.
He is being abandoned by a woman
Okay.
who left.
Okay.
And I'm telling this woman, get your shit together and go back. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And you just made it look, why are you rolling your eyes?
I don't know who you're talking
My
about.
brother.
What you're talking about.
See, now I was going to keep it as family member, but you just did that.
But I know who you're talking about. I'm just pretending like I don't know, so that you wouldn't say it. God damn it, Bobby! Stay out of his fucking business. Stay out of it. We're not talking about it.
All right.
God damn it.
I like that.
That's why I kept saying he or she. Of course I know.
Oh,
But I was trying
I
to-
thought you were.
I was trying to make it-
wants to clarify.
Stop that, because people did. It's not the right time for that, Bobby. Let him deal with his own matters in life.
You know what? No. No.
We're not talking about it anymore. Nope, we're
I'm
not.
not going to talk about that, but I'm going to address what you just said. Okay. Listen to me. Okay. And I'm going to do it to the camera, inside the camera. Listen to me right now. Okay.
I tried.
I know you did. I know you
I
did.
tried.
I'm going to listen. Okay. This is an election year. Okay.
Sorry, that was really funny.
If I'm being real, and I'm saying things from the deepest portions of my mighty heart, write that down. Deepest portions of my mighty heart. I like
Okay.
it.
Deepest portions of my mind.
Yeah, write that down.
All right, give me the fucking pen, sir. I'll write that shit
You can't
down.
memorize it?
Deepest
No,
portions of my
Just-
mighty heart.
I'm like, just stop.
Okay.
Okay. If I'm expressing the feelings from the deepest portions of I don't like it anymore.
No, please keep
All
going,
right.
keep going.
Mighty heart. I would like to be taken seriously. And all three people in this room cackled at me, and it hurts. Okay. Look at me. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So anyway, this year's look at me, George, when I'm saying this. And if you smile, I'm done. Anyone, you're smiling. I'm done.
That's a smirk.
Okay.
Mild
No
smirk.
smirking.
No smirking.
This is an election year. And it's crazy. There's some crazy things going on. But what it should also do is remind us as Americans that we live in a free country. And I'm done editing. I'm done not exercising my right to say whatever I want.
I thought you were going to stop at not exercising. I was like, yes, he's going to start working out.
What?
I thought you said, I'm done not exercising. I'm like, yeah, I got happy. And then you said, you're right.
You know what?
Just because
where
you're done.
Where were we at time?
Listen to me. I'm not done talking. I have another fucking topic to cover. Just because
You really upset me. Anyway,
just because you're done editing doesn't mean that other people in your life, including family and friends, are done editing. And it's not your job to out, specificities about their life and their troubles and their heartaches.
yeah, but so I can't say, hey, a little message to my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go back to my brother?
Yeah, he loves you.
He loves you. Why can't I say that?
You can.
Well, then there we go. Go. Let's go. Say what you
Okay,
say.
hold on. There's a text from our anniversary.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's an anniversary text. I don't know the context of this text, okay? All you said in the text was, maybe I'm Filipino at heart, except I wouldn't eat duck fetus or sell my liver to the black market. I love you. You are gonna be my girlfriend, okay? Yep.
Damn, that's bold.
That's great.
That's great.
Isn't that amazing?
Then you responded,
Only if you eat balut, which is duck fetus, and you said fine.
and that's how it happened.
And that's how we got together.
Holy shit.
That's a text right there.
Yeah, I don't mince words.
To the point.
You say how you feel. We have one life, everybody. Okay? So you have another topic? What topic is it?
On our way to the airport, we had only been running off of an hour's sleep on our way to LAX, and we were in an Uber. And I look over, and Bobby's like slouched over this way, and he has a very, very guilty / kind of like aggressive look on his face. And for no reason at all, out of the blue, he starts naming names. I didn't know what these names were. He names guy names: Gary so and so, Alan so and so.
Oh, no, stop.
You, Arya Stark?
No, stop. I know exactly what you're talking about right now. And remember this. You can say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Because like I just said, we have to exercise. We have to exercise our right.
the
Okay?
I'm done editing too.
But I'm all right. You're not all right. But I'm gonna. But there's a little clause.
Disclaimer.
There's a
Okay.
Yeah.
I can say whatever I want to say as an American, right? And we can exercise our rights to do that.
Yes.
But also, I'm going to say this to my people, right, men and women. There are consequences to what you say.
Okay.
But always remember that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. If you
Okay.
think about what you're saying, though.
I'm not going to be specific. So he starts rambling off these names. And I was like, what the fuck are you saying? And exactly what he's saying right now. I'm done lying. I'm done editing my life. Those are all the names of guys whose dicks I sucked. And there's like 8 of them.
Wait, why were you just doing it, though?
Randomly, like
Shut
on our anniversary weekend.
Okay.
At least it's not
No,
edited.
no, it wasn't 8. I sort of fucking got it. It was 8. You know it wasn't 8. It was 6.
Plus 2 cousins.
No. The cousins are involved in the 6.
I don't know, Bobby.
Turn the mic up. I'll tell you what the names are.
Please don't.
All right.
It doesn't change the story or what I think about you.
I didn't sleep.
Oh, I don't like when you say sleep.
I wasn't feeling, I was, when you're tired, you just get delirious.
Mm.
And I looked at her and I go, you know what? I'm going to tell her everything. So I first named, so I just named names.
Mm.
These aren't the right names. I'm just going to say how it sounded like. Johnny Stewart, you know what I mean? Franklin Jones, David Symbian.
David Symbian.
Yeah.
I like that.
Ricardo.
Arona.
Manny.
Ricardo Manny.
Ricardo Arona.
Yeah. Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she goes, what? And I go, that's all. That's the list. Of what? Of all the dicks I sucked.
Unhelpful advice with Bobby
Pen.
and Khalyla.
This is from Bob. Hi, Bobby, Khalyla, and Gilbert. I am a 21-year-old guy from Canada. I'm sort of a new listener, but I grew up watching Mad TV as a kid. Now, here's my problem as of last year. I became wheelchair-bound, but my whole life I had been relying on stand-up, so I wasn't stressing over what to do with my life. But now I don't have any confidence left. I booked a gig at amateur night and got cold feet and backed out because I kept feeling I would get pity laughs. It just freaks me out that people might only laugh out of pity and not at my comedy.
Okay.
Oh no, he's on a wheelchair. He's wheelchair bound.
Wheelchair
For the
bound.
rest of his life.
Yes.
Okay, I know exactly what to say.
He said he feels lost, yeah.
Okay. When I started in San Diego, the manager of the Comedy Store was a guy by the name of Fred Burns. He had spinal bifida. Spinal bifida. And he had crutches in a wheelchair.
Mhm.
Couldn't walk.
Crutches on a wheelchair.
Yeah, he had the double
Kind of.
thing, which is very difficult to move.
So he was using crutches, wheeling his wheelchair.
Yeah. I was like, Fred, choose one or the other.
Don't
I
play.
want to
Don't
make it harder.
I like the challenge.
Yeah. So, but he was voted like the funniest comic in San Diego many, many years in a row. Very funny guy. One-liners. There's another guy named Chris Fonseca. He lives in Colorado. I don't even know what the fuck he has. I mean, he literally can't. He just lays down on a thing, and he can't move his arms or his legs. So they just put the mic to his mouth.
Oh,
I think he has what Stephen Hawking has.
which is
retarded.
I was like, it's
Definitely
called
not retarded.
scientific
I'm
word.
totally kidding. I don't know why I just said that. I'm so sorry. That's not what I meant.
But yeah,
Does he
What
have
I'm
like
saying-
ALS or something like that?
Yeah, and then there have been a
Or
lot
some
of
type
people.
of degenerative.
You know, I know comics that have arm missing. You
Mhm.
know, and it's like you can do a couple of minutes on it, but if you can somehow just do, get people on your side by saying some sort of self-deprecation, like Fred's opening was "I can't dance," or something like that, right?
Yeah.
People were like laughing or whatever,
Yeah.
and so I would do it because I know like Chris Fonseca, he's been on television, he's done a bunch of stuff, and people. Sure, maybe some people go, he's just trying to get pity laughs or whatever. But listen, I'm like, I can walk, but you don't think that I get pity laughs? I'm a weird looking dude. I rely on that. It's like not all my whole act is about my body or the way I look, but I feel like I'm a handicap also. And I feel like it's your dream, do it. Because no matter, even if you're like handsome white dude, you're still going to get criticism. You're never going to escape criticism. So do it.
There's really no. Yeah.
There's no other, really, there's no joke to it. I'm just saying, I can't even believe that you would email us about that.
If it's something that you truly desire, whether it's carpenting or engineering or comedy, if that's what you want to do, wheelchair or not, just fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
And let's suppose you get pity laughs once in a while. When you get good, you're not. That's not going to be the case. Just get good.
And also, it's not because it's fear. It's the fear of failing. It's not the fear of being perceived a certain way. Because will it be harder to do? Maybe. But that's what the fear is, I think.
Let's also consider the fact that this is a 20-year-old kid who's been walking and his whole life, who's been mobile his whole life. Let's consider the fact that all of a sudden he no longer has use of his legs, and that transition alone, even just psychologically, without comedy aside, psychologically, emotionally, that has to be a heavy burden to carry. The thought, just you at 20, think about it for yourself. So I think that, what I hear in the email is not the question of what can I do. I think I'm reading like a sense of like sadness, like an almost like desperation or fear that maybe he doesn't feel like he can do it.
No, you're gonna do it.
But you're gonna, and
You're
you
gonna
can.
do it. That's okay. You're gonna do it. Listen to, what's his name?
Bob.
Bob, if you don't do it, you're a pussy. You're gonna do it, and you're gonna get good at it. And that's all I'm gonna say about it.
Boom.
Anyway,
That's it.
I'm in San Francisco
This weekend.
at the Punchline this weekend.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'm very happy about this podcast. It really is a blessing. I enjoy the last couple of road dates. I've hung out with TigerBelly fans, and they're just a little different than my regular fans. They just know me more for some reason, and I really enjoy it.
And they're cool.
They're really cool.
and cultured
and
and
that's
funny.
awesome.
Yeah.
And just like nice people. Like I never hesitate to give them like a hug. I don't know. You just feel safe.
Yeah, and Khalyla's gonna go to San Francisco with me, right?
Am I?
Yeah.
Do you think that it's
you gotta
safe
bring the
for
dog.
me?
Yeah, they have hospitals there too, lady.
Okay, then I
Okay,
am going.
Yeah.
I guess.
So join us.
Yeah. Do you guys want to come?
Anyway,
Oh.
I love you guys.
Any other dates though, Khalyla? After?
You know what? I just found out that Bobby will be doing St. Louis Helium, the weekend of November 18th. He might have another date in November that might not be confirmed yet, but I will keep you guys posted on that. And then in December he will be back, or maybe late November, early December, back in San Diego. What?
Yeah.
With my sister in the room. He got scared. He thought
Dog ran away.
he thought the dog was gone.
That's never happened though. Like, where
No,
dog ran out.
no. I'm a good mom.
Because you're the
yeah,
Gilbert. Come on.
yeah. But Yeah, I think that's all we have for this week, right?
Yeah, some announcements. George, you want to jump on the mic and give a shout out to some of our Reddit folks, or give us some information on
I
that?
just want to shout out the subreddit. Please go.
Please
join,
everyone brace
talk.
yourself for this voice that you're about to hear.
No, not you. Every time I hear Reddit, I'm like,
No, it's getting better. I'm on there as official Pink Dick official, so you can even chat with me.
what do you feel, George, when people like talk shit about me, Gilb, or Bobby? Like, what does it make you? Do you get sad for us, or do you just see it as very objectively like? That's just.
He's great at arguing, so he'll always find.
No, I get real defensive, but then I don't want to reward anybody with by talking with them, by giving them that attention. So that's my difficulty. Is I want to just destroy people, let them know the truth. But then I'm like, nah, you don't deserve the attention. Let's keep it all positive. So I'm bringing positivity to the subreddit. So if you haven't been there in a little while, guys, come on back. Reddit.com/TigerBelly. Pink Dick official. I'll be on there. Try to be on there on Fridays.
Is there a question you said you wanted to propose?
Let's do a question of the week. Should Bobby be allowed to follow Khalyla's ex-boyfriends on Instagram?
Give us your
What do you
thoughts.
think?
Wait, should we put it on Twitter as those polls?
You can also put it as a poll. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Like a voting, they can vote, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
depending on the result of that is going to dictate Bobby's next move in life.
You guys get to control Khalyla and Bobby's relationship.
Oh, this is just awful. I don't know. I'm not co-signing to this at all, actually. That's just weird.
Yeah, it's kind
Do
of
you
weird.
follow any of your significant others? Sub-question, do you follow any of your significant others' exes?
As your real Instagram, or do you follow them as a troll Instagram?
Yeah, like Trey and Lydia.
That's a good one, George.
Good one. So go to Reddit, check that out, and go talk to George on there.
And let's shout out our P.O. Box again, since we talked about it a bit. 1626 North Wilcox Avenue, number 161, Hollywood, California, 90028. Remember, November 19th is Molestation Day.
God, what if that
send
picks
your-
up steam and people are like, "There's a fucking molestation day," and it links it back to our fucking podcast, and we
Imagine
get all
if
these calls.
Imagine if it overrides Movember.
Oh my god!
It becomes like the new big
like
thing.
national thing,
Yeah.
molestation day.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So remember, there's gifts for that. So
Bobby wants for sure. He loves gifts.
Yeah.
he asked specifically for.
Turtleneck. I want to see him
For
wear it on the
turtlenecks,
show.
yes.
We're gonna get so many turtlenecks.
I want them. Please send. I need to see Bobby in as many colored turtlenecks
Hey,
as
what's
possible.
your size, Khalyla?
My size, I'm
Yeah.
a small
Okay.
or a medium sometimes, depending on the brand.
And then also Khalyla's birthday is coming up, so feel free to send gifts.
I'm always very
November 1st.
extremely depressed on my birthday because that's when the clocks fall back. So the sun
Oh, bad
sets at
timing.
4:30, and I
Yeah.
have seasonal affective disorder, so I get really mopey and sad. But you guys have to drag me out so I can do something fun because I'm gonna resist.
And while she's dragged out to nature, why don't you send some hats over here so your hat can get featured on
Do you know how many
TigerBelly?
hats I got this weekend?
How many?
Like 3 or 4.
Is that a new one? The one you're wearing
No,
right now?
not this one, but
Okay.
another one. Like I got some really cool hats from people, and they're just so fucking sweet, man.
Yeah, so if you guys send any hats over to the P.O. Box, Khalyla will wear them, and they could be featured on TigerBelly's YouTube channel. Anything else?
No, that's it. And we thank you guys for listening. We love you, and we will see you next week. Ciao.
Yeah, and before we say fully bye, make sure you follow TigerBelly on Instagram at TigerBelly. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at TheTigerBelly. And if you want to email any questions, you can do that at TheTigerBelly@gmail.com. Bye-bye.
Cukutukan ko mo, pagkagi, tsukumula kau na pagkami.